Okay, and we're back for day, what, 3? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yeah, day 3 of the game jam. So, again, I've done a little bit of off-screen work. So I have put together a weapon with detachable mags, as you'll see the mag there, reloading system, and a fairly decent holding system on the gun so that you can do two-handed, single-handed, switches hands. When you let go with your primary hand, it keeps holding on the secondary hand, all that fun stuff. Now we're gonna make this gun go pew pew pew, so let's do that. So, we are going to go to our event graph, and we're going to make a new custom event, fire gun. And then we're gonna do a... Actually, we don't need those. We'll just do it right off the inputs. So we've got our trigger, press, and release that was already set up. I've gone and bound those inputs in the character. So now, let's make this work. So we're gonna have some information. So, I'm gonna make some new gun stats. We are gonna have accuracy. Do we care about accuracy? Yes, accuracy. And that's gonna be a float because it will be a angle. And we're gonna do gun stats. Got accuracy. We'll do damage. We'll do a new one for repeating fire. And repeating fire is going to be a boolean, and this will be like full auto. Actually, we're gonna rename this. We're gonna go auto fire. Okay. And then we're gonna duplicate that for burst fire. Burst fire. No, burst fire. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, that's the sound it'll make doo-doo-doo. No, that's just me thinking to myself. Okay, so accuracy, damage. Is it automatic? Does it do burst fire? And then we're gonna do fire rate, which will be a float. Okay. And then we're gonna do a shots per burst, which will be an integer. And then we're also gonna do a projectiles per shot. Or per round of ammo. Yeah, that one's a long one, but basically that will give us a shotgun if we want it. Okay, so accuracy. So we're going to come off and we're going to get auto fire. We're going to get burst fire. Gonna go branch. And we're gonna go branch. So, is it auto fire? True. If not, burst fire. If not, semi-auto. There we go. Okay, so we are going to do a timer by event. And we're going to format that to a variable, have firing timer. Our fire rate's gonna go in there. And our event is going to be fire weapon. Custom event, fire weapon. Cool. Actually, you could make that a function, yeah. Timer by function. There we go. And we're going to do it that way instead. The difference being this will allow our thing to have outputs. Which we aren't going to get to use anyway. Are we? No. Set timer. Yeah, we're just gonna do by event. Screw it. Okay. Okay. Events can be fire weapon, fire rate here, yes, okay. And then it's looping, there will be no initial start delay, cool. And then, actually here is where we're gonna do, so we're gonna do an OR Boolean here instead of an AND, or instead of two separate branches. So it is either auto or burst fire. We are going to do this. Otherwise, we'll do something else. Okay, so we got fire weapon. Cool. Now, when we fire the weapon, we're going to check if it's burst fire. Branch. And then we're going to duplicate this for burst count. So we're going to get burst count, and we are going to increment. And then we're going to check if that is equal to our shots per burst. And then if that is true, we are going to rename that first before it drives me nuts. We're going to get our firing timer and invalidate, clear and invalidate timer. And then we're going to set burst count to 0. Okay. And then off all the other pins, we're going to do the same thing. So that fires our weapon, and then we are going to actually fire the projectile. So we're gonna do a get random vector. Oh, come on. Like random cone or something like that. Random unit vector in cones, in degrees. There we go. Actually, we are going to do this as a function. Fire projectile. Okay. And then we are going to, when we fire the projectile, we're going to get ammo is greater than 0. Branch. And then if ammo is greater than 0, we are going to de-increment ammo. However, if it's not, we are going to invalidate the timer. Okay. And then we're going to do a random cone, random unit vector in cone in degrees. We are going to add a arrow. And we're going to call this arrow barrel. Now we want it just in front of the gun. And for our purposes, having it come out of the actual barrel will be accurate enough. Alternatively, you gotta have it come off the sight. So doing something like that. But we're gonna have it come off the barrel because it means I have to do less work with the effects. Okay, so that's our barrel. We're gonna go back to fire projectile. We're going to get forward vector of barrel. And our half angle will be our accuracy. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to do this as a for loop. And the reason we're doing this as a for loop is we are going to get our projectiles per round of ammo. And so that we don't have errors of 1, we're going to put that at 1. And this will default to 1. But if we make it bigger, it will give us shotguns. Okay. going to multiply this. Okay, we're going to multiply this. Float. This will be our range. And we're going to add it to our world position. Location. And I don't want to set, I want to get world location. Then we are going to do a line trace. Single line trace by channel. Start is our world position. End is that there. Oh, not channel. We want line trace for objects. Come on. Oh, not a line trace for objects. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So now that we got our line trace in, we're going to set up our object types. We're going to do an array. Not to array, we want to make array. Progress is I'm now actually making the gun fire. I have, actually, let's just go over what I have here. So, throw my headset on. Go into VR. Come on. Headset load. Right, I was playing in my living room this morning, getting some Beat Saber in before working on this, so I have to change my Guardian real quick. And there we go. So I've changed the player to a pawn so that there's no more weird physics jankiness interacting with the things here. Okay, we now have, let me just get myself over here. We have rifle that, depending on where you grab it, ammo counter goes to opposite sides for opposite hands. You can do a two-handed grab or a single-handed grab. Drop the mag. The mags don't have physics yet. But when you put a new mag in, boop, there we go. And we've got ammo count. And then when we drop the mag, it leaves one in the chamber. Yeah. When I hit the trigger, it says pew pew pew, or pew start, pew stop, or whatever, something like that. And I am now putting up the shooting actions actually on there. Yeah, so that's what I worked on last night when I was off stream, was getting that movement. Oh, the other thing I did was made holsters. You're gonna be walking around with your walker, grab your gun out of your holster, holster it either side. Yeah. So I'm thinking it's actually working pretty smooth right now. Until exactly that moment. You know, as soon as you say something's working smooth, then it's going to screw you up. Oh, the other thing I did is I put in more hand gestures. So we've got point, we've got fist, we now have pinch, or okay, or look at these nuts. Yeah. Now you got open. Yeah, we got trigger in, trigger and grip, just grip. Yeah. So, that's fun. Okay. Look through. Haha. Finger binoculars. Yeah, that is current progress. Now let's get to making our gun actually shoot. So we want it to hit world static, world dynamic, and pawn objects. And it won't ignore anything. If you shoot yourself in the face, you deserve it. And we're gonna do a line trace, sure. Then we're gonna branch. If we hit anything, get. We want to break hit results. And then we want to get hit actor. And we want to do damage. If I could spell, is apply damage. Apply point damage. Apply point damage. Hit info. Boom, just like that. Hit from direction will be the negative of, well, not really. Well, yeah, I guess the negative of this. So we'll get this vector times float -1. The amount of damage we're actually doing. The causer will be the weapon. And the instigator will be the owner of the primary grip. We actually don't care because it's not multiplayer, so don't need to fill that out. Okay, so it applies damage. Boom. Okay. And then on each of those, so this is actually firing the projectile and doing the damage. We then want to spawn FX projectile. And the reason I'm doing this separately is so I can override it in child actors. So spawn FX. So you know what, we'll do that from elsewhere. We'll just on here we're just gonna do outputs. So on this we're gonna have an output of direction, which will be a vector, and then we're gonna have success or hit. Okay, so if we invalidate the timer because there's no ammo, hit is false. Or we'll just call that success because we don't actually care if there is a hit. So success, and then we're also going to have a hit. Okay, so no success, no hit, no direction. But if we do damage, then we have success, and we have a hit, and we have a direction. Okay. And then, if we don't hit anything, we still have a success and a direction, we just don't have a hit. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to go back to our event graph. And we are going to fire projectile. And a fire projectile there, and fire projectile there. There you go. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna do this if it's auto, because we're gonna do something else if it is no, we are gonna do it this way. We're gonna leave it exactly how I had it. Why double guess myself? Yeah, testing maps are good. If you haven't already grabbed the blockout tools that are a free marketplace item right now. Remember, the first Tuesday of every month, grab your free marketplace stuff. And that way you've just got some random geometry to run around in, kind of idea. And you can block stuff out, so it's like, okay, I want a building over here, and then you fill it in later. Okay, so that will fire weapons. And then we are going to get firing timer is valid and burst fire not. So the idea with burst fire is we want it to, even if you just click it once, fire the bursts. So we don't want to clear the timer when you release the trigger and stop the burst fire. We want to make sure firing timer is valid and burst fire is not valid, and then we will invalidate timer. Just like that. Yes, all the good free stuff. The problem is when you find so much good free stuff, then you're like, oh, I should buy some of this stuff too, because there's so much other good stuff out here that's not free, and I've been so happy with my free stuff. And then you get an asset library looking something like this. So, I can make pretty much any game I want just out of assets. Oh, just need to take the time to actually sit down and do it. Fire weapon on burst or auto. And then if that is false, we just want to grab this fire projectile. Put it in down here. Hello, Isaiah Davis Stober. What is confusing? We are making a game for a game jam. Okay. We got that, got that, got that. Okay, so let's say burst fire is on. Shots per burst is 3. Auto fire is off. Damage is 50, because why not? Random number. It will have an accuracy of 10 degrees. And then, so I put in 5 here because it's half of the cone. So you're 5 degrees one way, 5 degrees the other way. So 10 degrees deviation. Shots per burst, projectiles per round of ammo, just 1. The current burst count is 0. Our range is 10 meters. 15 meters. Okay, let's see if this actually lets me shoot stuff. Oh, a joke about the number of assets. Yes. I have a few. Okay, so I am a fan of the Oculus Quest. Okay, I've come out saying that before. However, Oculus Link is a pain in the ass, especially for development. I'm gonna unconnect the link and give it a second. Gonna connect link again. Come on. Okay, link available in settings. Connect to link. Are we actually going to connect this time? PC's been disconnected, so the Oculus Home app is giving me issues again. Beautiful. Depends on the engine version. So most of the time, updating to the next engine version and migrating your project over is going to give you access to new features. Okay, and you can just like open it in the new thing. Sorry, I'm just gonna save all this and close it so I can redo my stuff. Make guns pew is my latest commit to my Git. Okay, and then we're gonna close. Yeah, it's Oculus being a pain in the ass. There we go. Okay, that being said, so usually it's fine. And you can just be like, choose a different engine version. So if I like show this in folder and then, hey, switch Unreal Engine version right there. That being said, in 2.6, the physics engine is getting a huge overhaul, so if you do anything physics related, it can be a pain in the ass. There's always other little things. So sometimes instead of moving your project over like that, make a clone of your project and then migrate it. Or alternatively, do a new project and then just migrate in your assets. Yeah. Going from 4.14 to 4.26. Okay, that's a ways. Why the hell have you been working on 4.14? Yeah, that may cause you more issues because you haven't done incremental updates. So yeah, that's a thing. Yes. So unless there's a feature you specifically need out of the new engine version, I'd just leave it. Or again, migrate the assets over and not change the engine version of the project. And what I mean when I say that is you go into like your character folder and then you can right click, migrate, and choose your other, say, okay, these are all the things I want to migrate, and then choose your other thing or your other project you want to migrate to. And then it's just moving your assets and not breaking your project on you. Yeah, I'm on quest. Wake up. Oh, don't make me restart my computer again just because Oculus is being a pain in the ass. No, we're just gonna restart the quest here real quick. Because it could be on the quest end. It has been running since like midday yesterday. Just plugged in on my desk overnight, and then I played Beat Saber on it this morning. So it could be an issue with just the quest needs to be restarted. So I'm just gonna stand here, swaying back and forth as my headset restarts. But yeah, a PC VR headset for development would be much better than using the Quest for development. Because either you're building out your project every time you want to test, which takes forever to build for Android, or you're running into issues with the stupid Oculus Link cable that have only really cropped up in the last 2 months since the release of the Quest 2. It was actually a lot better beforehand. Okay, so now I'm going to take my cable and plug it in again. Oh, one of my Oculus friends is playing Onward. Feel like you're playing a game without me, you ass. Okay, now we're going to try to connect to Oculus Link. Hey! Okay, so I'm going to grab that, put some fresh ammo in it. And it seems to be doing nothing. It's not firing the line trace. And it is not deducting my ammo count. Hmm. Oh yeah, and I figured that because Droid had that awesome idea of like teleporting with a life alert bracelet to the walker. One of the game mechanics will be like, chuck your walker over there and then teleport. You're like, okay, now I'm teleporting over there. Pow pow pow, pow 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 pow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. This is one of the things I'm most happy with is if you let go, you're still holding on to the thing. So that way you're not just like some games you let go with your main hand and it just drops. And you're like, but I had my other hand on it. And the ammo count goes away when you drop it. Or when you're not holding on to it with the primary hand. Okay, anywho, let's see why we are not firing events. are we not firing events? Auto fire or burst fire. So burst fire is on, right? Gun stats. The burst fire is on, so we should be coming up here. Our fire rate is 0. We'll do like a 0.2 second fire rate. Let's try that. Let's see if there's anything else I have set to 0. Okay. So then it should come here. Burst fire, burst count up. Burst count is equal to... No, it won't be equal to shots per burst yet. So we come down here, fire projectile. Ammo is greater than 0. Yes, it should be. So we are going to do a print on whether this is successful or not. So at least we know if we're getting that far. Unreal Engine 5 is next year, yeah. Yeah, it's 2021. There are some groups that have early access preview to it. You can build some of it from source, I do believe, if you go on GitHub and build the source. Okay, so it is firing falses over and over and over again. Okay. And it just keeps firing false. Oh, that would be because I'm out of ammo. And now I'm out of ammo again. Okay. It is not invalidating. Cool. It is just firing forever. So let's find out why that's happening. Why, oh why, is my gun firing forever? So we want to increase burst count. And then we get, is it equals to shots per burst? If true, then we clear timer. So let's print this then. See how that's going. There we go. Oh! I really hope I didn't break anything with that. That was my TV I just punched. Okay, so it's going through. But the timer doesn't seem to be invalidating. Because it just keeps going 1, 2, 3 and then clearing. 1, 2, 3, clearing. 1, 2, 3, clearing. Why is my timer not invalidating? My error there is just that I tried to touch the weapon mag that's empty. That is fine. Okay. Why, oh, why? Yeah, I didn't actually break my TV, but it worried me. Yeah. Okay. That should work. I'm gonna do a quick search. UE4 timer not clearing. Clear timer does not start the timer, or does not stop the timer. Okay, apparently it was a issue like a long time ago, but clear and invalidate timer is the correct node to use here. It isn't causing your problem. Timer cleared and timer started. I don't need tick on for that to work, do I? Because that would be dumb. Clear and invalidate timer. Yeah, that should do it. No, we're just gonna make a custom timer instead then. So we're gonna get our fire rate. Gonna make a delay. We're gonna do a gate. Gate starts open. And then we are going to do a sequence. And we are going to fire weapon. And then we're going to start a timer. And we're going to enter. This here, we are going to do a sequence where we are going to open the gate. Then we're going to enter the gate. And then we're going to have a custom event. Stop firing, which will close the gate. Come on. Control C, Control V, there. Right, so I want to call it first, and then I can, yeah. Stop firing. I'm gonna plug that in there. Gonna plug it over here. And then we need to go into fire projectile and plug it on. Stop firing, we'll plug it in right here. And let's see if the custom timer does any better than the built-in timer. I think the issue is like to save resources, I'm having like nothing in the game ticks. Like the gun is not ticking. The gun does not have tick enabled until I put my second hand on it, because then it uses tick to do that rotation. But then, as soon as I let go of my second hand, the tick is disabled. Okay, so we should get 3 shots. Poo. There we go. Perfect. Oh, and that was my last 2 rounds. That being said, a 10-degree spread is way too big. Holster. I'm gonna put it on a table with like a peasant. We're gonna holster it for our walker, and then I need to make the teleport to the walker. Yeah. The other thing I want to do is for small items, like for weapons, there'll be the holsters either side. For small items, there's gonna be like a bin right here where you can just like grab in the bin to grab the item. Like, get out of my way, thing. Come back, Walker. Boo. Goodbye. The walker as a movement mechanic, I'm just having way too much fun with. Way too much fun. Okay, so custom timer works. Beautiful. So that means we can get rid of that bit. That bit. Make that smaller. Just like a toboggan on the walker. That could be interesting. Custom repeating fire. I had some odd actions with the collision when I was setting up the reloading as well without having tick on, so that may just be an issue. Semi-auto fire. Weapon firearm burster auto, yeah. And then we want to spawn projectile FX. And then we want an input of success. Hey cat, get away from the headset. Yes, I know, I love you too, and I'll rub your belly. But then I'm putting it down. Brow for them. Yeah, see, it's proof I've got a cat. Yeah. Like anytime I do gameplay, they see you in the video, but yeah. Meow. Meow. Okay, go away now. Okay. Then we got hit, and then we've got direction. And direction is a vector. I'm just going to plug that in as such. Come on. There we go. We're just going to copy it down there as well. Movement template migration test? Like, some of the names you give things don't have to be that complex. Like the name for these videos. I'm doing a game jam. It is the fourth video. It is for a game jam that is specified. Okay. Now we need sounds. So let's download a sound library. We're going to go into my stuff. We're going to find sound effects. So I want to uncheck all. And we just want sound effects. Ultimate sound effects bundle will be added to our final days project. And now we're waiting for that to download. I'm gonna go grab a tea. Come here. Come here, cat. God, I boiled my water like an hour and a half ago, so it's still kind of warm there, and I just kind of half heated it up. And oh, that is a 5 gig download. Cool. I am glad I got fast internet. Okay, so while we wait for that, let's fix some simple things. So, our weapon mag, we're going to make drop when we drop it. So, event, begin play. We are going to enable physics on the magazines. Not enable, we want set simulate physics. Set simulate physics to true. So when a magazine is spawned in the world, it's got physics on. And there goes my kitty cat skittering past the doorway, chasing something, who knows what. Maybe it's another stink bug. We had a bunch of those in here last night. Okay, then input. When we grip primary, we already got the rotation and we've got the socketing. We don't have the socketing. Oh, right, because I'm doing that on the child, right. Yeah. So all these are on a parent class so that any magazine I create will share them. Okay, there we go. And then when we release, we're going to implement the function. We are going to detach actor. We are going to keep its current world position. And then we're going to set it to simulate physics again. Just like that. So now, if we play, I should be able to drop the magazine. And I've got a magazine, and I dropped a magazine. Beautiful. And then I can push the magazine over. Yes. I was hoping that would be... There we go. Throw that magazine right in there. Haha. And it's an energy weapon. It doesn't need to be cocked, even though I did make a cocking slider thing. But, yeah. Ew, there's no simulation on that. Actually, let's hope there's no simulation on that bit. That's probably just the bounds of the gun. Oh well, when they're attached together, they're fine. And there we go. Oh, that 10 degrees is... Yeah. Like, I'm shooting that way, but it's firing off the other way. And now I'm out of ammo. Come on. I want to be off of here. There we go. There's still some bugs for verticality to work out. But hey, game jam. I think the controls on that feel really good. Like as good as like Onward at least, which is what I play the most of for VR shooter. It's in my face. Face gun. Okay, so we're gonna quit app. So the ammo is now working. That is the yes, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna go into the gun. And we are going to set its accuracy to be within like 2 degrees instead, or 4 degrees instead of 10 degrees. And let's see how that looks. I could just go and say it's like the gun is as old as the guy firing it is, and you're using old equipment and it's crappy, so deal with it. All bugs are intentional features. It come here, magazine, there we go. Now if I fire, that's better. Yeah. Still quite a few of them are firing downwards. Maybe we'll decrease the spread even more a bit, because at further range that could be a lot. And we're gonna give those ammo containers a bit more ammo. And I'm gonna make the bin that I want to make for ammo to be held in. So let's make a bin. So we're going to do a VR interaction. We have a holster. We are also going to duplicate that and have a VR bin. And we don't actually care if there's anything in it. The VR bin is just a container that things will hold into. So one of these has like a toolbox lower. So I've got blue toolbox. I've got red toolbox. Oh, I'm starting to get those in. Hey, it's downloaded. Beautiful. Okay. So I think we're going to go for the red toolbox right there. So we're going to edit the blueprint for our walker. Now we're going to take in a toolbox. Actually, let's see if there's like a basket or like a backpack just to make this ridiculous. Because if you can have like just like a basket on the front of his thing. Basketball. I have no baskets. Okay. How about pack? If that was open and not closed, that would be awesome. And then there's like food pack stuff. No. Okay. Oh, is it Polygon Battle Royale that has open backpacks? Let's find out. I'm sure one of them has open backpacks. Now we're just gonna search pack. Really? Nothing under pack? Characters, character attachments. Yeah, they've got a bunch of, they just call them bag. Okay. Oh, and we've got like ammo pouches in that. And armor. So let's just search bag then. There's bags for pickup, there's bags for attachment. Yeah, let's just go through props, see if there's anything that would be, oops, anything that would be immediately useful. We've got like bins instead of doing a bag or a toolbox. I like the idea of a toolbox better than I like the idea of a bin. Ooh, there is an ammo box. We could just have like he has an ammo box off the front of his thing. A crate. A wooden crate. Hmm. Maybe a wooden crate? I think one of the other things has a crate in it as well. What do they just call it? A box? Okay, so I've got ammo boxes. I could even have a cardboard box. Oh, if only there's a mailbox without the container. Or without the pole. Yeah, I've got a slapboard box there, they call it. We've got wooden box or we've got a toolbox. I don't think we're gonna do a a cardboard box. So that's just a little bit too jank for our hero. I think out of those options, I like the toolbox the best. We're gonna stick with the toolbox. We're gonna rotate that around. Bring it up something like that, and we need to scale it just slightly in. Right like that. There we go. The other reason I like the idea of the box is it makes a little bit more sense if we have it tilted like that than any of the other stuff. So that way you've got something more like right in front of you. And we're gonna set it to have no collisions, because otherwise it will go all screwy connected to the collision enabled walker. And then we need to get that VR bin put on there. Okay. You'd say the wooden box? The only reason I don't want to go wooden is because he's going to have a watch that teleports him back to his walker. So I think having just like a wooden box on there makes that suspension of disbelief even harder. Alright? Okay, so we're going to bring this out like that, and then we're going to set the size of it. Z size like 8. Yeah, that looks good. Y size 11. 10.5. Go. And then it's like 30. Ooh, that's just about perfect. 31. There we go. So anything that is placed in that area will just kind of like float in that area, is the idea. It's a little bit too wide front to back, so we're gonna put that down back to 10. 9.8. Oh. 9.8, not 0.98. There we go, I'm happy enough with that. Okay. And then weapon mag, when it's released. So it will detach from actor, start simulating physics, then we're going to get overlapping actors. Then we want VR bin. We'll get the first one from that list. Is valid. And if it is valid, we are going to stop simulating physics. And we are going to attach actor to component. Or no, just attach actor to actor. And this is how, like maybe not this exact implementation, but the effect we're going to get from it is how Into the Radius handles their inventory. We're also going to do that on begin play. So that way, if we want to spawn some things into his basket right to start off, like we'll give him some ammo to start and stuff like that. Okay, and then this here we're going to add attach to VR bin inventory. And then like we could make that bin more complex by having like weight or something like that. But for the ooh, I didn't want to do that at all. But for this, we should be fine just doing this here. So we are going to then get a couple plasma mags. I'm going to move our plasma mags up into this bin. And then we can shoot through a bunch of mags here. Okay, let's play. And let's see how this goes. Come on, headset. You can do it. Ooh. Why did all my ammo just disappear? Weird. That is a problem. Because as soon as I pick it up, it's simulating physics. Just like when I just picked up my gun there, it shot my damn walker all the way over that way. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. We should have. I didn't set these to have any ammo. The issue isn't that they just disappeared, it's that if they're out of ammo, then they stop existing. So that's my bad. Like, I guess that. Yeah, I'm holding it too high up. The problem. So with something I've noticed with VR games and shooters and that is that you can't have accuracy that dramatic as you would in a standard game because of how twitchy your hands are. We'll have each of these as a 30 round. With how twitchy your hands are, if you have a more realistic accuracy, then it just doesn't feel right. because there's no weight keeping your thing on. No weight or inertia keeping your weapon on target. We're going to put that down to more like 1. And then we are going to bring it up so it's off the viewport instead. Just off the rail, that's where we're actually firing from. And let's see if that feels better. I have to stop putting my controllers right behind my teeth. I really do. Okay, that is firing way down. Yeah, why does it keep firing down? Oh, out of ammo. See, having that bin there, fantastic. You can just like drop your ammo in the bin. But yeah, the accuracy, that is really steep. That's more than the 2 degrees, I'm sure. Yeah, that's gotta be more than 2 degrees. Then after 20 seconds, that will disappear. Yeah, because like that's firing right down. Yeah. Hmm. That puts me at 1, and then if I reload back up to the 7. Oh. Where did I drop that mag to? Well, I now have a mag with 6 things in it somewhere. Yeah, it is firing down on like every shot. Oh. Come on. Get me back far enough that I fall back down. No? Cool. Nope, and now my gun's gone somewhere because I flipped it off. Awesome! Okay. So, why does accuracy suck? Let's take this here and make it smaller. Okay, so that way we can see the direction it's actually supposed to be firing, and we'll turn visible hidden in game to off so we'll actually see it. And hey, it'll be like we have a little red dot then. And then our accuracy, let's set that down to 0. So there should be 0 angle off of it. Something like that. Maybe I changed the wrong variable, but that could be a possibility. I'm also gonna make this fire like 3 times further. I'm gonna sip some tea. But yeah, I need to figure out how to I don't want to just disable collisions on things when I've let go of them or when I'm using them. I don't know what to do with the rifle in that, especially interacting with the walker. No. I'll figure that out later. And let's see if this fixes setting the angle to 0 fixes our problem. Oh, and now my headset's giving me nothing. Cool. There we go. Okay, so that's the arrow that we should be firing down. Grab some ammo. And it is firing straight out of that arrow. So with the accuracy at 0, I'm going to try to steady my hand a bit more. It's pretty much coming straight out of there. See, when it comes straight down that, right? I'm out of ammo. That's probably me tipping it down. Yeah, that's firing straight. Okay. Weird. Oh, it's perspective. It's not actually that bad. It's just like because the video is only rendering one eye and I'm looking through one eye to judge its distance. Like if I look out, depending which eye I look out, it's skewed off. So yeah. No, that's fine. Okay. Okie doke. Cool. Grab that ammo, put it in our bin. Pew pew pew. Ow! Frick! That was just the base of my fingernail hitting the shelf above my desk. Lovely. Lovely feeling. Oh. Okay. Okay, so for our rifle, we're going to give it a very small accuracy difference. So we'll give it 1.4 degrees of variance. There you go. So here's the problem 50. If I make it come out of the barrel, which I can do by just moving that to the barrel location, right? Whatever sight I put on here, it's never going to look right. However, if I have this coming from the sight, and then I just have a muzzle flash spawner down below, then it will look good. Which is the stupid thing. And we're gonna call this one muzzle. I'm gonna change its color to like something else. There we go. So yeah, so like I'll have muzzle flash here, but you're actually firing from where you see. Yeah. Because video games, they don't do real stuff. It's a bunch of tricks to make things feel good. Okay. So let's get some sounds now. The sound library is done downloading. And then that means I have to set up sound. Okay. Nope. That's not my primary sound output device. Okay. It should be speakers on Realtek. There we go. So I'll turn my music off now. And we're going to go and we're going to find some like laser gun sound effects. Sci-Fi weapon sounds right there. Yeah, materials get changed often enough. Okay, let's see. Those are okay. Let's hear the blaster though. Not the beam. I like the beam reloading sound though. Yeah, the beam reload sound. It's like it's powering on after it clicks in. Yeah. Okay. What's our sci-fi assault rifle? Those sound very, very different. Okay. Yeah, I think 5 through 9 here. make a good sounding thing. So I'm going to make another content window, which I can do somehow. I want to do this. Show in new content browser. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back out. We got our sci-fi weapon sounds, cues, and we got our blaster. Cool. And then gonna go over to my sounds, new folder, weapons. We are going to do a new folder for plasma. Now we're gonna select those and we're gonna copy them over here. Okay. I'm gonna open each and tell it it's of class sound effect. So then that way we can change the audio on them all together. Or change the volume on them all together. Actually, do I want the... Oh, I think I want the wave. Like the raw sound of it. Oh. They have an extra one in the waves. So yeah, I'm going to bring these over here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these other ones. And I'm just going to rename this to sound cue, because that's what it is. It's a sound cue, and we want this as plasma. Because then what we're gonna do is it is of class sound effect, cool, but we're gonna bring all these other sound effects in here. And then it will randomly choose between one. So when you fire the gun, it gives you a random fire sound. And there we go. So then when we play this cue now, there we go. Chooses a random sound each time. Yep, and there we go. Now we need something that is... Well, we're going to take that laser, the beam reloading sound. Yeah, we'll try something else. Machine gun reload. No. Yeah, I think that beam reload is still the best. Yeah, that one. And then we're going to rename that to Q underscore plasma reload. And then we need something that's like a A dry fire. That's the next sound I need. Okay, sci-fi, ambiences, no. Voices, no. I think there's like some weapon sounds in here. Yeah, there it gives me basic weapon sounds. Yeah, what is... I want an electronic downbeat, like a unpowered thing. I know they have something like that in here too. Ultimate retro sounds. Debuff power down. No, those are all too much. You don't want retro. Fine, what's under ambiences? Yeah, that's just like background music. These are supposed to be door noises? Yeah, you just need like an electronic dry fire.
Second round, bomb site. Enemies are here. 5. I'm injured.
Yeah, he's like...
You won. What is going on?
There's no emotion behind that. That's pretty much garbage. Modern UI sounds. Error sound. And there we go. And that is our dry fire right there. We're gonna rename Q underscore dry fire. And then let's rename it to actually say that. And then it is also of class sound effect. Now, let's set up our gun. So, spawn projectile effects. So we're going to branch. And then, if we did have a success, we are going to play sound at location. We are going to get the muzzle location. Get world location. And then that is going to be our Q underscore plasma weapon. However, if not, we'll play the Q underscore dry fire. Q dry fire. Go. And then we're going to go to where I have reloading set up, and we're going to make a reload FX. And we are going to do a add / remove mag. And then we're branch. Then we're going to play sound at location. We are going to get actor location. Now we're going to play the mag sound. Q underscore plasma reload. And then event graph, we want to reload mag. It sets has mag, and we are going to do reload FX. But then when we drop the mag, we are going to do other reload FX. And then this way on the children actors, I can, or the, the subclasses of this that I make, I can just go in and I can override the FX. Okay. Now, let's see how that sounds. Okay, hands. Dry fire sound works. I like that because it's just kind of empty. We are live now. And we want to make sure it's going straight. It's you, oh damn it. I'm right up near my keyboard too. I want to be off of here. Come on. There we go. No, it's just... I just did it. Come on. Get off. There we are. Okay. The idea... The idea is we're going to start the playback over. Okay, there we go. And then I go and put myself in the exact same position. And I throw one of my mags away. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to stand back, away from my keyboard and everything, in a direction where that I can then move around a bit more. Yeah. I want to grab that. And then I want to place it. Now my headphones are grabbing. And place it along this edge. And now I'm outside my bound. Right there. We're gonna see that looks even. Yeah, that is firing straight out of there. It's just perspective makes it look like it's not. That's so much better with sound. Okay, so I need to make the rate of fire higher. But I think that is the weapon just about done. The weapon class, and then I can make a couple variants on it. Because I've got like a Chris Vector type SMG that I want to do, and I want to do some sort of pistol and some sort of heavy weapon. Okay. So we're going to go into our gun stats, fire rate. We're going to put that down to like 0.1. So it's faster. Okay. So it's not a perfect weapon, but it will do for the game jam. And they've got plasma gun FX, cool. We need just like a pickup sound. So let's just go to the survival sound kit. And there should be like pickups. Pick lock, pistol, punching, putting out fire. Where is just like a grab or craft? Bunch of crafting stuff. Gathering plants. Okay, applying bandage, assault rifle. Rifle, where, oh, where is... Crafting noises, not quite what I'm looking for. Footsteps right now. Wouldn't be under just like handling or something like that, eh? No. Handling bow. No. Come on. Yeah, I think that would be pretty basic stuff. I just want to pick things up. Okay, maybe under Warfail sound effects. I don't know. I had under weapon sounds. There was equip. There we go. Sure. We'll do that as like a mag pickup. What are the swap sounds? Actually, that's not bad. That'll be a pickup sound. And what I'm copying these over instead of moving them, is so that I can just delete this whole thing later and not have to worry about dependencies, hopefully. Okay, so Q pickup. And that's just going to be our confirmation pickup sound. It's going to be under sound effects. There we go. And that will actually be on our character. You're going to attempt to grip. Socket hand. No, you don't want it when we socket the hand. We only want it when we pick something up. And we're going to get motion controller, the variable there. Then we want to get world location. And then we want to play sound at location. And we want Q underscore pickup. And it will be played if any of the pickup events happen. And there we go. Play pick up sound. Let's see if that works. There's my other hand. There we go. Oh, and there goes that again. Is that too annoying? Maybe if I play at a lower volume. Grab sound. And I still have to fix collision between the weapons and the what's it called? Or I just when I gotta have when the walker's set down. If it's set down where it's got 3 feet touching the ground, then it disables physics. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to disable physics on the walker when it's touching solid ground. Event graph, when I release the walker, it sets simulating physics. Okay, it does have tick enabled. Primary grip is valid, it does that. Okay. Get velocity, and then we are going to length is less than that. Because it's never going to be less than 0. Less than 2? Maybe? Less than 1? Branch. Do once. Reset when it's not true. And then we want to set physics to off. So if it comes to rest, then the physics will be disabled. And then that stops you from throwing it around with the weapon. You can only throw it when it's in your hand. Get after rotation. Split those off. And we want X and Y. We want to make vector X and Y. We don't care about the Z axes. What we're going to do is also if it's standing upright. So we're going to say, is that equal to 0, 0, 0? So are their pitch and roll nearly equal 0 within 5 degrees, 10 degrees? So then if it's sitting on its side, physics still apply. Something like that. Compile, save. Let's make the watch. Now we're going to do a blueprint class. We want an actor, a underscore teleport watch. it is going to have a static mesh. Watch. Want to grab watch. There we go. And the watch, we want the apocalypse material. There we are, perfect. Compile, save. It is going to have the VR interface. And then when it is grabbed, yeah, grip primary. When it is grabbed, we are going to do a. We can't really do a do once, can we? No. Get. Oh, we can disable physics on it. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll but then the poking won't work, so we can't disable physics. So we're gonna have a on wrist variable. On wrist. On wrist, not Boolean. We are going to branch. And if it's not on wrist, we are going to get owner, and then we are going to get game instance, cast to GI final or, get primary left or right. We're getting the primary hand so we can attach it to the offhand. Cast to VR character. I'm gonna make this a pure cast because in this setup it's only ever going to be the VR character doing this sort of stuff. We're going to do a select, and we're going to get hand right. And we're going to get hand left. It is always going to be unsuccessful because we don't want it to do the grabbing on the character side of things. We just wanted to attach this to one of these. And to attach actor to actor. Just that. And then we're going to snap, snap, and keep world. Compile, save. And then we may need to add an offset. Actually, we won't need. We may need to add an offset. should we have the watch on the inside or the outside of the hand? Okay, so let's open up our hand. Go to the viewport and we're going to add the watch. And then we want to bring the watch in like that. Bring it back. That. Because then if I copy this and set it here, when the hand gets pasted on it, or when the teleport watch gets picked up, it should go to that location on the hand. So now if I zero this out, there we go. Exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. And then I think it is the Polygon prototype package that has the heart icon I want for the medical alert bracelet. Like, otherwise, I can quickly go into Blender and make a heart icon. Don't think I need anything out of Battle Royale. Don't think there's much for icons at all in here. There is the heart sign with the border. If I come in here and I search for heart, there is that heart emblem. So we are just going to migrate this over to our final days. Well, and then we are going to take it and plug it into our teleport watch. Actually, we're going to make that its own actor, because we want a small hitbox on here to pick up, I think. Yeah, because you don't want to be able to poke the back of the watch, no. So we are going to do a, that's what, under character? Yeah. Nope, not a new folder. A_teleport button. Our teleport button needs the VR interaction component. Or interface, I should say. If something tries to grip the VR button, it is just going to get owner and then do a VR grip primary and pass it up the chain. Because that's what I was worried about. Is like, what if you try to grip the button, or you try to grab the watch and it grips the button? Well, I just solved that problem. And then we want VR poke. And we want to get owner. And then we want to get back door of class. And we want to get the walker. And then we want to get after location. And we want to set after location. And if this works, then we'll come back and make this smoother. And we also want to do it is valid here, just in case there is no walker for some reason. There should always be a walker. In case there's not, we want it to fail gracefully. So that is successfully poked. That is unsuccessfully. Compile, save. And then we want to do a static mesh as its root component. And then we want to grab the heart. And what happens if I set it to like Sci-Fi? We get gray. None of these are changing its colors how I want it to. I want it to be like a nice red heart. Do I get lucky with that? Nope. It just gives me a black one. I'm basically just seeing if I get lucky with any of these. Oh! Whatever is just on. There we go. I did get lucky. Aha! Okay, so now we're going to get our teleport watch. And we are going to add our teleport button. And then we have to scale it down just a tad. I think that's where I want it. Go. And we are going to have our game instance, primary hand will be right, is false. And then we want to add one of these teleporty watches out here. Teleporty watch. Okay, let's try this. Nope. Apparently, my thing was down here. Cool. So, issue. I already had the watch on the hand. Come on. Oculus, stop trying to run your home crap in the background. I want to interact with my desktop right now. The Steam desktop is so much like once I'm in game. Oh. This thing is set to physics right away. Okay, so if I throw my walker over there, and then I poke my watch, well, that was interesting. Poke. Didn't want to quite do that, but let's see where we end up. I'm following you. Okay, so the teleporting watch functions. However, the walker safety doesn't do. Open concept space station? You shouldn't have an open concept space station. At least not if you want anything based in the real world. Okay. Oh, because I'm setting simulate to true. I want simulate defaults. Okay. Disable physics if walker is upright and motionless. There we go. And then we got the teleport watch, which we want to be like an overlap all. And we've got the teleport button, which we also want to overlap all. Because we don't want it blocking things in the world when we swing our hands around. We need to go back to our hand and remove the watch. So you don't start with it. There you go. So we've got weapons, we've got movement, we have movement that we can get back to things. So this here we want to do like a fade out, fade in. So we want to cast to on, which it's always going to be. So we're to pure cast. Get controller. Cast to player controller. Also always going to be, so pure cast. camera, there should be like get camera manager, and then there should be like a fade. There we go. Okay, from 0 to 1. So this here, we are going to move all of this out. So we're going to do a event graph. We want to do a custom event. We want to do this as teleport. Because what I'm doing here is fading the camera view in and out, so it's less jarring, and then also taking a second to actually move it. Okay, so we're going to fade out. Our duration is going to be like 0.3. We are then going to do a delay of 0.3. 0.4. Let's make the fade in a little longer. And then we'll have a quick fade out. Okay, so after it fades out, then we want it to fade back in over a quicker period of time. There we go. Majority of player interaction on a platform on space, out on a platforms on spacewalks. Huh. Could be interesting. Okay, and then now when we do our poke, we want to get rid of all of that. Now we want to do our teleport thing that we just. That should clean up our teleport and hopefully save it from being sickness inducing. Hitting my desk because of course I am. Go, we'll grab our weapon, drop it down there. The physics is currently disabled on this. Beautiful. And physics is disabled because it's stationary. And grab my watch. Grab the watch. Come on. Well then. Grab the watch. Okay, so I'm gonna have to fix the normals on the watch. Or make it double-sided. Cool. So that's interesting. Neat. What did I do now? If I bring my hands together, I go up. If I bring my hands apart, I fall down. Going up, coming down. I'm also out of ammo now. Oh. So something is having weird physics interaction. I think it's the wall. Stupid physics. Here's the thing though, my player is no longer a character class. So that shouldn't be happening. Yeah, it's a pawn. This is hitting things. Okay. So this here, I need to change to a something else. Basically, I'm trying to step up on something. Probably trying to step up on the gun. I've just never noticed it before. However, I'm not understanding why flipping that like I'm basically just flipping the Y. I'm really not understanding why that is turning my watch inside out. And I basically need to put it to block all to be able to interact with it. And then same with this. Block all. Dynamic. How is my hand dealing with poking? On component begin overlap. Okay, so it's overlapping for the VR. Yeah, so as long as teleport button didn't generate overlap events. Okay. We want to block overlap all and generates overlap events. And then the teleport watch, the no collision will also be overlap all, because then it will be a world static object which I can still trace against. Cool. But we need it to generate overlap events, I think. Now, no, because I think I've specifically have the character ignoring whatever's in their hand. Get all attached actors, yes. Oh. Okay, so I need to do something. Well, have fun with calculus. I'm probably going to stop the stream here as I bang my head against stuff. So thank you everybody that's been watching, and I'll be back when I'm back.